Good evening, I'm Ces Orenia Drilon.
And I'm Pauline Verzosa.
No bigger story tonight than the anomalies surrounding flood control initiatives slowly unraveling. In Bulacan, President Marcos was so incensed at the discovery of an actual ghost project, which he said could just be the tip of the iceberg.
And over at the Senate, bombshell after bombshell from Senator Ping Lacson as promised. In what he called pie sharing, depending on the level of greed, Lacson enumerates schemes, amounts, even personalities allegedly involved in bogus flood control projects.
And even from thousands of miles away, Vice President Sara Duterte is criticizing the government's crackdown on corruption. She believes the probe should begin right in the president's circle.
Lahat itong project na ito, ghost project. Walang ginawa na trabaho dito.
Hindi ito kababalagan, Mr. President. This is well orchestrated by an organized network of people who abuse their power.
Ay, nako, talaga naman.
It was supposed to be a wall built to block river water from overflowing to residential areas whenever heavy rains hit. But what did President Bongbong Marcos see in his inspection this morning? Nothing. Not even a drop of cement. A shocking discovery considering 55.7 million pesos of public funds were used for the concrete river wall project in Barangay Piel, Baliwag, Bulacan. Marcos visited the site after receiving a tip in the Sumbong Mo sa Pangulo website. Reported completed, paid in full, but never started. The chief executive had no doubt this is a ghost project that is haunting a flood-prone community. And there could be more.
Wala kaming makita na kahit isang hollow block, isang ng simento, walang equipment dito. Lahat itong project na ito, ghost project. Walang ginawa na trabaho dito. Nakakalungkot, pero ang dami pang iba na sa amin palagay, ganito rin, na ganitong kalaki na project, 220 meters, 55 million ang kontrata. Walang nagawa. Kahit ano, walang nagawa.
The president also admitted his disappointment over the dismal state of flood control projects in Bulacan has turned to anger.
Sige po.
Ay, nako, talaga naman. Thank you.
Disappointed,
Thank you.
Yes, disappointed.
Extremely. More than disappointed. I'm getting very angry. It's what's happening here. Then hindi naman. Paano naman? Wala talaga. 220 meters, 55 billion. Completed ang record ng public works. Walang ginawa. Kahit isang araw hindi nagtrabaho. Wala. Wala kang makita. Puntahan ninyo. Wala kayong makita kahit na ano. Tuloy-tuloy ang pagbaha doon sa kabila. So, yes.
Sir?
Oh.
Sir?
If all of these projects were properly executed and implemented, ang laki nang nawala na problema sana sa atin at sa mga taong bayan, at saka mas magiging maayos hanggang irrigation, hanggang water supply, fresh water supply for household. Pero ito yung ginagawa nila, talagang nakakapinsala pa sa mga local residents. So yes, no, I'm not disappointed. I'm angry.
The president believes what happened in this particular project in Bulacan is tantamount to economic sabotage. Marcos has already ordered an investigation and wants full accounting from the contractor down to the DPWH and the commission and audit of where the money went. In his vlog this afternoon, Marcos said he has ordered Sims Construction, the project's contractor, blacklisted and charged for the ghost project. The president also wants a contractor's other projects with the government checked. As per records, Sims has 14 projects with the state worth 1 billion pesos. Marcos also warned officials who authorized or had a hand in the Riverwall project, slapped with charges of graft and malversation of public funds.
And as expected, it was a bombshell of a privileged speech. Senator Panfilo Ping Lacson has named some alleged syndicates in the Department of Public Works and Highways behind so-called ghost projects. Lacson said his team personally visited areas where flood control projects are supposed to be located. He particularly mentioned Bulacan as the most notorious, as there are at least 30 ghost projects in the province. At least 28, Senator Lacson said, were similarly valued at 72 million pesos each in 2024, even if these do not have the same specifications. Apart from contractors, Lacson pointed to alleged masterminds of the scam, a group from DPWH Bulacan's 1st District. The group supposedly operate using licenses of their contractors so they can keep the funds to themselves and declare projects as completed even if nothing was actually built. Worse, these people allegedly frequent casinos.
Sa Bulacan 1st Engineering District na pinamumunuan na magkasunod na tinanggal sa pwesto na sina dating District Engineer Henry Alcantara at ang pumalit sa kanya na si Bryce Hernandez. Ang dalawang ito ay halos pareho lang ang pagmamahal sa pera. Napabalita pa nga kamakailan na ang isa sa kanila ay nakakapagpatalo ng daang milyon sa isang kasino dito sa Metro Manila.
Senator Lacson also said there are lawmakers who claim flood control projects outright, such as those in Nauhan and Baco in Oriental Mindoro. The funds were allegedly extracted from unprogrammed and congressional insertions. Lacson did not mention the name of the congressman, but his slides showed Oriental Mindoro Representative Arnan Panaligan. Lacson also illustrated how funds get pocketed from flood control projects. After regular deductions, a typical 100 million peso funded project should still have around 80 million pesos to utilize. But then the kickbacks come in. There are cuts for DPWH officials, district engineering offices, and even bids and awards committee members and the Commission on Audit. There's also the so-called passing through or parking fees that, according to Lacson, is similar to royalties for politicians in control of the district where the project is to be built. And then 20 to 25% allegedly goes to the funder or project proponent, who's almost always a politician. This leaves a project with a working fund of only 40% of the original allotment.
There is an evident pattern of this nasty distribution of public funds among crooks. Ito ay base sa mga case studies na aming pinuntahan at masusing inimbestigahan sa iba't ibang dako ng bansa. Partikular sa issue ng flood control, ang malinaw na malinaw. Halos pare-pareho ang pattern kung paano minamasaker ng mga kawatan ang pondo ng bayan. Last week, the President took aim. Today, I am pulling the trigger.
And as we earlier reported, his name appeared in Senator Lacson's slides during this afternoon's privileged speech. And joining us tonight is Oriental Mindoro 1st District Congressman and Deputy Majority Leader Arnan Panaligan. Magandang gabi po sa inyo, Congressman.
Magandang gabi sa iyo, Ses, at sa iyong mga kasama sa program na ito.
Yes, si Pawi po. Well, we saw your interview earlier on our sister program and Storycon, where sabi nyo, hindi po kayo ang may kinalaman dun sa insertions na umaabot ng 810 million. Na bigla na lang hindi kasama sa budget na pinresenta ng Pangulo sa Kongreso. Tama po ba?
Congressman?
Congressman, are you there? Naku, nag-freeze si Congressman. Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear us? Congressman? Okay, naka-mute po. Biglang but earlier, he was not on mute. Congressman, may you check your microphone po?
Oo.
There you go.
Hello?
There you go. Okay, malinaw na po.
Sige, okay.
So, are you telling us, are you reiterating na hindi po sa inyo nanggaling yung insertions sa budget?
Yes, the statement of our good senator was inaccurate. Hindi po yung opisina natin ang nagpondo ron. Hindi rin ako ang proponent ng project na yon. Ang sistema kasi dito sa atin ay dumadating yung tinatawag na NEP or National Expenditure Program. Yun yung voluminous, makapal na mga libro wherein the specific projects of the DPWH are already itemized. May item ron, may location, a specific location, at merong amount na. So pag dumating sa amin yon, nakalista na yon. Yun ang dinideliberate ng Kongreso. At yun ang na-approvean ng Kongreso. Yung NEP nagiging General Appropriations Bill at pag napirma ng Pangulo, nagiging GAA, yung General Appropriations Act.
Opo, pero kung maputol ko po kayo, 810 million po ang nasa budget ng Pangulo pero lumobo sa 1.9 billion. Saan po nanggaling yung paglobo? Kung wala po yun sa sinubmit na budget ng Pangulo.
Well, ang sistema rin, if I can explain yung sistema rito sa Kongreso, pag na-approvean ng plenary ng House, yung budget, nagiging GAB ngayon, General Appropriations Bill.
Yes.
Yan ay umakit ng Senado, and lagi namang merong conflict, kaya kailangan i-reconcile through the BICAM. Now, hindi po ako member ng BICAM, never ako naging member ng BICAM, pati yung sinasabi, small committee, hindi ako member noon. Maring doon nadadagdagan yun. It is possible perhaps na yung ibang mga ahensya ng gobyerno ay nagkapadagdag ng kanilang budgetary allocation. Kung saan kinuha yun, hindi ko pumasagot yun dahil hindi nga po ako member ng BICAM.
Okay, but just the same, you took credit for these projects dun sa mga nakapaskel sa mismong lokasyon ng mga proyektong to.
Well, technically nga, Kongreso ang nag-allocate kasi ang Kongreso nagpasa ng budget. Pero sabi ko nga, ang initiative, ang proponent, ang proposal ay nanggaling sa executive agency na concern, which is the DPWH. Ngayon, ang ginagawa naman ng highways, nilalagay nila sa kanilang project doon kung anong source ng funding. Hindi ako naglagay ng aking pangalan, hindi ako naglagay ng mukha ko kasi alam ko na bawal. Kahit na ako ay hindi pa congressman, may iba akong position, mayor, never tayo naglagay ng ating pangalan at saka mukha. Ang ating ilalagay doon, marahil ay congressional funding. Dahil, totoo naman na inaproba ng Kongreso ang budget na yon.
Okay.
Yung sinasabing agila, may ibig sabihin yun Ibig sabihin ng agila ay aksyon ng gobyerno at inisyatibo sa larangang legislatura. So it is parang gusto nating i-inform ang taong bayan na yan ay pondo ng gobyerno, yan ay public funds. Pero hindi nagay pangalan natin doon.
Ang Agila po ay partido ninyo dyan sa Mindoro?
Hindi. Ang aking partido yung Lakas. Yung Agila hindi po yung partido. Yun ay isang parang slogan, isang governance slogan. Ang ibig sabihin nga ay Agila, aksyon ng gobyerno at inisyatibo sa larangang legislatura. Na yun ay parang we are informing the public na public funds.
Kumbaga, parang logo ng inyong political movement or para ma-identify slogan ng inyong...
Parang slogan yan, ang purpose na is to inform the public na yun ay public funds. Kaya ang ibig sabihin ng Agila ay aksyon ng gobyerno sa larangang legislatura.
Pagkatapos...
To inform the public funds.
Okay.
At hindi private yan. Never practically niya kaya wala ang pangalan natin, wala ating mukha doon.
Okay. Noong pong August 1, nagpahayag po kayo sa isang Facebook post na pagkatapos ng SONA ni Pangulong Marcos, nung sinabi niyang mahiya naman kayo, meron kayong reaksyon. Sabi niyo ay sumulat kayo kay Secretary Bonoan noon pang July 2024 na nirereklamo na bakit nasira agad itong mga ginagawa ng DPWH. Can you elaborate on that, Congressman?
Ito po yun. At yung surat na yun, ang proof na tayo hindi proponent. Kung tayong proponent, hindi naman natin susulatan yung ibang ahensya, We will take full responsibility for that. Ang date po nung letter ito, kung nakikita sa camera, is July 31, 2024. Kasi nga, nung time na yun, bumaha, may nasira ng portion, in Nauhan. May nasirang part ng protection dike na bagong gawa rin. Kaya ako sumulat agad noon kay Secretary Bonoan precisely to report yung naging problema, yung sira, at hiniling ko sa kanya na i-reassess sa aking letter to reassess, re-evaluate the programming of the projects and look into the structural integrity and effectiveness of the flood control project. Hiniling ko pa sa kanya na please ensure that all flood control projects by DPWH in my district, sa aking distrito, kasama yung Lauhan, adhere to rigid structural design standards in order to prevent the wastage of public funds.
Okay. Meron po ba siyang, tumugon po ba si Secretary Bonoan sa inyo?
Ang tumugon ay ang regional director kasi siyempre i-refer sa regional director kasi yung regional office ang implementing agency. At sabi na i-repair nila yung sira na portion at sa future programming nila, maybe yung ongoing projects pa ay kanilang i-review ang structural design.
Okay.
Well, Congressman, sorry if I may ask,
Yeah.
no? Aside from yung mga posters na nabanggit nga ni Ses, meron din kasi yung midterm report na nakapublish po in your Facebook page, which Senator Lacson also showed earlier. And you took credit for a lot of flood control projects, kasama na yung 231 million peso Butas River project sa Nauhan. How do you reconcile that, Congressman? Ano, if you say you really had no hand in the funding, but you keep reiterating itong national project through congressional allocation?
Well, lahat naman ng mga accomplishments ng gobyerno sa bawat distrito ay ating inire-report yan kasi in a way, accomplishment yan ng gobyerno. No? Hindi lamang infrastructure
Kahit
projects.
na upalpak.
Well, hindi, at that time, hindi pa natin alam na palpak yan. No? Itong ating inire-report yan. Midterm nga eh. No? So, kailan pa nasira yan? No? 2024 at saka itong 2025. No? Nung time na yon, hindi pa natin alam na magkakaganyang problema. Lahat naman ng ginagawa ng gobyerno, hindi lamang infra project, even yung health projects, yung pinibigyan ng mga medical assistance, mga tupad, lahat naman yan ay naka-report. Ginagawa yan lang lahat ng congressmen, ano? Naka-report yan as accomplishment ng bawat distrito.
Since you're taking credit, do you do oversight? Nag-i-inspection ba kayo? Tinitignan nyo kung tama ba ang pagkakagawa? Kung yung materyales puwertes ba ang ginagamit?
Siyempre, tayo ay concern na maayos yan. Ang ating ginagawa dyan ay tawagan ng pansin ng DPWH, ng implementing agency, na ayusin nila. Of course, ang congressman, wala naman tayong technical team, wala tayong engineering office, kaya talagang tayo nakarely sa DPWH. Hindi po tayo nagkulang sa sa attention ng DPWH, kaya nga itong sulat lang ito ay isang pruweba na tayo kinukulang attention nila. Bukod sa sulat, mas mabilis yung verbal ating tinatawagan. Meron namang assurance sa atin na ginagawa at inaayos nila ang proyektong yan. So, nangyari ito, apparently may naging problema sa implementation.
So sa sinasabi, tinuturo nyo ba na ang DPWH Regional ang dapat imbestigahan, usigin dito dahil sabi nyo, yung reklamo nyo ay ipinaabot ni Secretary Bonoan sa regional office. Tapos ang idadagdag ko na rin po yung expose ni Senator Lacson kanina na sabi may sindikato sa DPWH. Ito ba sa tingin nyong nangyayari dun din sa regional office ng inyong lugar sa Mindoro?
Kaya nga ito dapat imbestigahan ng malalim dahil nga may nangyaring problema. Ibig sabihin nun, nasira, may problema. No? Nasa mga problema, mali ang structural design or tama ang design pero mali ang implementation. Kaya dapat talaga ay magkaroon ng malalim na investigasyon dyan at ipaliwanag ng DPWH Regional Office kung bakit nagkaganyan ang proyekto. Una, natutuwa nga kami, nilagyan kami ng proyektong yan. Kasi alam niyo naman yung Oriental Mindoro ay flood prone. Kasama ang aming probinsya doon sa top 10 provinces na flood prone. Pero hindi kasama doon sa provinces na may maraming flood control projects. Nag-umpisa naman maglagay ang national government.
Pero yun nga pong barangay Nauhan, napakalaki ang nakuhang pondo.
Ngayon lang po yan nalagyan, 2023 hanggang 2025. Yun po ang source ng baha talaga yung Nauhan at kumakalat yan sa Calapan City, sa town of Victoria, sa mga bahagi na nagkataong production areas ng agriculture. Kaya dapat talaga lagyan ng pondo. Tamang paglagyan ng pondo, mukhang doon nagkamali sa implementation.
So tahasan po ninyong itinatanggi na may kinalaman kayo dito sa pagdagdag ng 1.1 billion dun sa budget para sa inyong distrito.
Katulad sinabi ko kanina, dumating ang NEP sa Kongreso, nakalagay na dyan, naka-identify na yung mga specific projects at kung saan ilalagay yan na lugar. At ang implementor niyan ay yung DPWH Regional Office. Sa kanila po biniding yan sa Regional Office.
So, Congressman, if you didn't ask for these insertions, why do you think Oriental Mindoro received one of the biggest allocations? And can we just chalk it up to DPWH just singling out the province na kasi flood-prone yan?
Kasi siguro nakita kanila na we are a flood-prone province. Kung makakausap ko yung Mindoro, kahit sino magsabi, talagang kami ay every year ay binabaha. Yang taon ng Nauhan, Calapan City, Victoria, every year yan. Nagka-suffer kami. Hindi lamang yung mga barangay, yung productive rice lands ay binabaha. And for a long, long time, walang malaking flood control project. Nagkameron lang yan sa taong 2023. No? Pero kulang pa yun sapagkat ayon sa highways, 200 kilometers ang kailangan na lagyan ng dike. Ang nagawa ng highways, yung amount na yan, ay wala pang 200 kilometers. Siguro nasa 35 to 40 kilometers lang yan. So malaki pa talaga ang dapat na gawin para hindi na magbaha ang Oriental Mindoro.
Wala po kayong nilabi na miyembro ng BICAM para po madagdagan ang pera, ang alokasyon sa inyong distrito?
Pwede
Wala
ko sabihin
kayong
yan,
kinausap?
categorically, wala tayong nilabi.
Alright. Are you saying then...
Hindi ako member ng BICAM. Never ako naging member ng BICAM.
Are you saying then, Congressman, that the President is pointing the finger solely at Congress when he should be investigating the DPWH, his own Secretary Bonoan?
Well, hindi ko naman narinig si Presidente na Congress na ang kanyang tinuturo. I think he spoke in general, pero dapat ka talaga ay investigahan lahat ang involved. Kung meron man sa Kongreso na contractor dito, di-investigahan. Kung yung implementing agency ay involved diyan, dapat iimbestigahan yan. Pero hindi ko narinig naman si Pangulo na Kongreso lamang ang tinuturo niya. Lahat ng involved, dapat, yun ang pagkakalam ko, lahat ng involved ay dapat na bigyan ng hinga ng paliwanag sa bagay na yan.
At kung kayo naman po ay iimbestigahan din, bukas naman kayo.
Of course, kasi wala tayong kinalalaman dyan. Sabi ko nga, hindi tayo proponent dyan. Dumating na lamang sa ating NEP, nakalagay na dyan yung specific projects na yan. Hindi po biniding yan sa, hindi opisina ko nagbidding yan kasi bawal naman magbidding ang opisina ng congressman. Wala tayong poder na ganyan. Sa batas po, only yung implementing agency or yung proponent na agency ang nagkapabid, which is the regional office ng DPWH. Sila po nagpabid niyan, sila nag-award niyan.
You mentioned in your Facebook post that in 2009 may master plan na for flood control in your province pero hindi ito na-implement until 2023. Magkano po ba yung perang kinakailangan noong 2009 na dapat pondohan? Magkano po yun?
So yun, kaya titingnan natin 20 pa yung master plan. From 20 to 2023, hindi na pondohan kahit isang malaking flood control project. Doon sa flood, ang master plan kasi wala namang specific amount doon. Yan ay ginagawa, nagkakaroon ng costing na lang yan pag gumawa na ng program of works or project design sa lokasyon. Doon sa master plan, sinabi ang river na yan, Bukayaw River, Magkasawan Tubig River, na dapat lagyan ng protection dike. So after ilang years from 2020 to 2023, matagal na panahon, pinakakamali, ilang bang taon yun? 18 years, napondohan ang highways in 2023. So doon sila gumawa ng design, ng plano, at costing. Ito yung mga lumalabas ngayon ng mga different segments.
Na sinabi niyo po, hindi alam ng regional director kung ano yung problema at mas alam ng district person ng DPWH. Sino po ba ang regional director na tinutukoy niyo? Anong pangalan?
Well, ang regional director ng Region 4B, kaya kung sinabi yon, kasi nga sa kanila binibidding. Ano?
Sino
Ang
po
concern
nga?
ko po,
Pwede po ba
si
ninyong
Director
pangalanan?
Director Pakanan ng Regional Director.
Sorry po.
Regional Director Pakanan ng 4B.
Panganan?
Pakanan.
Pakanan. Ano
Yeah.
pong first name?
Gerald Pakanan.
General?
Gerald.
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 Yes, oo.
So,
Kasama siya nag-inspect siya. Kasama siya nag-inspect doon sa nasirang dike noong Sunday, or Monday, 2 days nag-inspect doon. Which dapat naman gawin nga para ma-identify saan nagkaroon ng problema. At na mapanagot yung contractor because may warranty pa yan dapat. May warranty yan.
okay, we thank you for talking to us. Deputy Majority Leader and Oriental Mindoro Representative Arnan Panaligan.
Thank you very much.
We're just going to take a quick break, but coming up, there's a new disease affecting personalities involved in shady flood control projects, kleptospirosis. We speak to the lawmaker who coined that word, Senator J.V. Ejercito, when the big story returns. Keep it here.
Welcome back to the big story. A continent away from the Philippines, Vice President Sara Duterte downplays President Marcos's current push to probe anomalies surrounding flood control projects. Speaking before the Filipino community in Paris on Monday, where she stayed for a short visit, Duterte said the investigation should not only focus on erring contractors but also House members, particularly the president's own allies, whom she also hit for controlling the nation's coffers.
Yung mga contractors ay mga tauhan din sila ng mga members of the House of Representatives. 2 tao lang ang nagde-decide sa budget ng Pilipinas. Yun ay si Martin Romualdez at si Zaldico. At yung mga kasamahan nila o mga grupo nila, kasama din nila yon sa paghati-hati noong budget ng Pilipinas.
Duterte claimed Marcos is only waging this anti-corruption drive to cover up his own lapses.
Nabanggit namin yon kay BBM na ganun ang ginawa, pero noon ay wala siyang reaction. Tapos bigla ngayon, meron na siyang reaction. Paniwala ko, pinaghahandaan niya lang yung excuse niya para sa susunod na baha.
Meanwhile, this senator coined a term for the corruption plaguing the country's flood control projects, and that's kleptospirosis. Let's discuss this with Senator J.V. Ejercito. Good evening, Senator. Welcome to the big story.
Hi, Seth and Pauline. Good evening. Nice to be here in Big Story tonight.
We were watching your facial expression while Senator Lacson was giving his privileged speech. Ano pong nararamdaman nyo nung linabas niya yung bomba? Maraming bomba siyang binagsak.
Well, says Pauline, just to be honest with you, it was really shocking, no? Ako kasi I would say that, reality, okay lang naman given na yun, may kikita, no? Somebody will make profit, of course, especially the contractors, that's a given. But they should deliver what is due, no? Pero to make profit already and then to have ghost projects, sabi ko nga, na to, imperial levels na ito eh. That's too much already. No? As I mentioned last time, there's a special place on earth, in hell, for those people who are this blatant. Sobra na ito. I think, we are not saints, but sabi ko, this is already too blatant, kademonyohan na ito. No? Huwag naman tayo maging demonyo. Senator,
the expose of Senator Lacson points to a syndicate within the DPWH. This is aside from, the insertions from Congress. But should the president also include his own DPWH secretary in the probe? And
Well, you know-
do you feel that parang he's not being held to account?
Well, you know, says if an agency or a department is already controversial or is facing this kind of controversy, the best thing is for the head to take a leave of absence so that he will not be able to influence any investigation. But to tell you frankly, wala ako makita ring replacement now in DPWH because even their USECs, their ASECs, directors, everyone is tainted. Says, no? And to borrow the words of Senator Lacson, corruption starts at the district office of DPWH and most of the time, the district office of the legislators. Mas takot talaga sila sa mga congressman kaysa sa senador eh. I just give you one example, says, ako tatayuan ko talaga ito. You know, insertions are not bad, especially if it's institutional and if you think that it will really benefit the people. No? Just an example here in San Juan, meron kaming mga low-lying areas. When I was mayor congressman, we were able to install pumping stations in strategic areas, just like Nabotas, ginawa nito noon. Isa na lang yung kulang, one more in Barangay San Perfecto in Batis, no? Na until now, it is submerged in water every time there's monsoon rains. And for 3 years already straight, I've been asking and I asked and requested for a pumping station for here, and sila Secretary Bonoan and even the past secretaries will just say, oh yes, even the undersecretaries. But after a while, magsusulat ng errata, the congressman will write an errata, they will change it to slow protection, drainage improvement, which will not really flush out the flood waters. If this happens, that's why I'm mentioning this. If this happens in San Juan, I'm sure this happens also in other districts, especially the flood-prone areas, lalo na po doon. Ako kasi, my take here is that there is a master plan for flood control, says. But the problem is, it is not being implemented. Instead of having floodways, spillways, mga water impounding reservoirs and pumping stations, what we get in the menus in the GA are, ito po, slow protection, water drainage improvement,
So,
and the smaller things. So,
if I may interrupt, Senator, you're saying yung menu, mga district engineers, regional directors na rin ang naglalagay. May kakutsabanan nila yung mag-a-approve sa Congress. Is that
I would think so.
Is that a correct assumption?
I would think so, Ses, kasi that's why, and you know, this is the third year that I've been back in the Senate. And as far as I can remember, for the past 3 years, we've been having these hearings on flood flooding, no?
Yeah.
If you can remember, Ses,
Yes.
every same issues, paulit-ulit na lang, hindi naman nawawala yung baha because we do not have big ticket flood control projects, which I mentioned, yung mga floodways, spillways, water impounding, hindi nangyayari kasi nga, pinagpaparti-partihan, I think with the 350 billion budget, that's 1 billion a day, every district wants a piece of that budget, lahat sila may flood control. But for me, it's common sense, says, dapat kung sino yung top flood-prone provinces, the bulk of the budget for flood control should go there. Pero there's a mismatch. Doon pa lang may mali na po eh. So, that says a lot already.
May I also point out, though, Senator, that you have a former DPWH secretary in the Senate. So, should you go as far back as his term also for the investigation into the DPWH? I'm talking about Senator Mark Villar.
Well, if there's nothing to hide, I don't think he will mind, no? If we have to go back even under his term, because I think Senator Lacson also mentioned some projects as far as early as 2017-18 that have been repetitive, no, na ulit-ulit pinopondohan the same project. So it has to be, I mean, these are public funds. They everybody has to be made accountable, says.
Well, as you mentioned, Senator, it's a new disease, kleptospirosis, garapalan na pagnanakaw, But what's happening now, it seems, Senators, the pointing of fingers from national, mga local, mga congressmen, passing it to DPWH, vice versa. What will it take, to really catch the big fish? And do you think this administration has enough political will to actually go after them?
Well, I'm hoping that we would find a big fish. We'll really catch a big fish. That's the problem in this country, says and Paulino. I don't think we have really seen any big fish in the recent years that have been jailed. That's why nobody is scared to do crazy things or wala natatakot. In other words, wala natatakot magnakaw, wala natatakot mangurakot because nobody gets jailed in this country. So I'm hoping that really we need somebody, a sample, so that people would will think twice about doing crazy things because these are public funds and it's not nabaha na nga yung tao, pinagnanakawan pa natin, and it's not us who are suffering, it's not the officials, it's the people who are losing their properties, hard-earned properties because and endangering their lives because of flooding. Tapos ang kumikita sila, so somebody has really to be made accountable because of it.
So Senator, to your mind, what is the proper agency that should be conducting this probe?
Given, I know it will be difficult if Congress, because senators, House, they might be part of it also, DPWH officials. Maybe it's an ombudsman or a third party, probably a commission or something, so that there will be no doubts, as to the conduct of the investigation.
Senator, I'm curious, kasi itong sinight ni Congressman Panaligan that there wasn't any congressional participation from him, particularly, wala daw siyang kinalaman sa mga insertions. Can that really happen? I mean, the budget was bloated by billions of pesos from 800 million, naging 9 billion for Oriental, Mindoro, their flood control projects. Is that really possible na yung executive agencies lang daw, like DPWH, can just say, oh, you lack this major flood control project, so we'll put a chunk of the budget there, lalo na galing pa sa unprogrammed funds?
Well, based on the expose of Senator Lacson, let's wait for the part 2, But parang it's Bulacan and Mindoro that got the lion's share of the flood control projects, And sa kanyang salaysay kanina, may binanggit siya mga parking, and it's just a few people who are assigning, na they're putting it or parking it in certain districts. So it might be that he might not really be the one responsible, but probably some colleagues, or we don't know, So we just have to wait to get to the bottom of it. Pero what is clear is that only 2 areas, were identified by Senator Lacson, na talagang that got the bulk, which is Bulacan and Mindoro.
May we shift to another issue, Senator? You are concerned about the reduction in the budget of the Department of Tourism. May you elaborate on your concerns?
That is correct, says Pauline, because I've been an advocate of promoting tourism. On my personal capacity, I've been going around the country on my motorcycle trying to promote the hidden treasures of our country because I believe that this is the low-hanging fruit in all our industries. This is the only industry that we can really compete against our neighbors. What is really puzzling, because now that I chair that committee on tourism, based on the presentation of Secretary Frasco in the Department of Tourism, they received only 200 million last year and 100 million only this year for the promotion o brand promotion of the Philippines compared to about 1 billion pre-pandemic and then 1 billion in 2023. It was slashed from 1 billion to 100 million this year. And says in Pauline, if you would compare it to the budget of our ASEAN neighbors, no? Just yan na lang, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, it's masyadong malayo, no? So that's why, with the meager budget, we're still lucky that there's still some tourists that come in, but it's so I think it's I'm hoping that it's not politics. That's the reason why there was this cut, because the NEP in the National Expenditure Program every year from 23 to 24 to 2025, 500 million each year eh. And then when the GAA or the General Appropriations Act came out, it's up to 200 million last year and 100 million.
Wala kasing kleptospirosis dyan siguro, Senator.
Baka nga po wala makikita at wala mararakit. But we have to promote tourism, and I think yung value for money, and for every $100 that comes in, about $90 stays, no? So we really have to invest in tourism, because I think yung multiplier effect niya is much larger than other industries.
So you will push for an increase in the budget, in the promotional budget of the DOT?
Yes, definitely, Cez and Pauline, I'll do my best. No, at least if you can maintain it with the President's budget or from the National Expenditure Program, at least, no, the very minimum. At least if we can compete, no, with the other countries. Probably if you until now yung Malaysia through Asia still sticks, no, because it's all over the international programs. We have to promote our tagline as well, so that we can get a fair share of the market.
Well, we thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to the discussion on the Senate floor pertaining to the speech of Senator Lacson.
Yes, thank you, Cez, Pauline, and we're looking forward to that again next week.
Right, we're going to pause for another breather, but right after that, the buzz is getting louder. The DPWH Secretary Manny Bonoan is on his way out. But is he really? The answer from the Public Works Chief himself when we return. Keep it here on One News.
The big story is back, with the DPWH working to pinpoint those responsible for the country's flood control mess. According to Public Works Secretary Manny Bonoan, they are currently validating the list of projects, after which they will conduct physical and financial audits. Bonoan added they will be immediately filing cases as soon as they receive the documents. When asked about calls for him to take a leave of absence, here's what Bonoan had to say.
Ng mga project that we submitted na completed na. I encourage for the general public to to look into all these projects at give the feedback to the Office of the President kung anong nakikita po nila.
Okay.
So that we can act accordingly po.
So is he on his way out? Let's speak to DPWH Secretary Manny Bonoan. Good evening to you, Secretary. Thank you for joining us on The Big Story.
Good evening po. Good evening to all the listeners po.
Okay. Secretary, it seems that based on the privileged speech of Senator Lacson, it's really the sickness is inside your department.
Yes, I think we are aware of it actually. And in fact, this is what the President has instructed us to look into the status of all the projects that we have submitted to him, the completed projects of flood control projects actually.
So you were aware when?
Well, we are already aware.
Just now, just after the President's SONA, when he wanted an investigation, or even before this? How early into your term?
We have been talking actually about some of these projects, actually, especially those that are being inserted in the general appropriations with the President, actually po, even before the SONA.
So lumalabas...
And then I think these were already, this was included in the SONA of the President. So after the SONA of the President, when he instructed us actually to submit all the completed projects from July of 2022 to May of 2025, we immediately submitted it to the President. And then he instructed us actually to verify this project. And right away, we dispatched our people to validate po yung mga lahat ng projects and field. And then I also informed the projects that we have informations about some of these projects in Bulacan po.
Sir,
Immediately after we have not.
Sir, with due respect, the buck should stop
Yes, po.
with you as the head of the agency.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I cannot deny that. Yes.
So, are you still the person who should be leading the investigation or leading the agency? Para pong, respectfully, parang napapaikutan po kayo ng mga regional director, district engineer. They're able to do all these shenanigans under your nose.
Yeah, I'm looking at all this project. It seems to me that it is an isolated case po because it is only concentrated all the information that we are gathering is just in one district, engineering district. And
yes.
it's just one in just one engineering
Which one?
district.
Which
and
one?
I think
Which one is
it's in
this?
Bulacan po. It's in Bulacan Engineering District, First Engineering District.
Bulacan lang? Just that? Bulacan?
Yes po. Yes.
You're definite about that?
Well, so far from the reports that has been coming to me, based on the reports from our people who have validated yung mga projects, dito lang po kami nakakita ng mga information about some of these ghost projects.
Do you still enjoy the trust and confidence of the President?
Well, I think so. I just again spoke to him today.
And
Yeah. And he told me to continue actually the investigations on all projects actually that need to be investigated.
Okay. Secretary, my question is, do you still believe that you can clean house from within? You did say that you are willing to
I
take
think
a
so.
leave of absence.
Yes.
But given all the shenanigans, as Ses mentioned, that happened under your nose, kaya pa rin po ba, Secretary?
Well, let me point out actually that this is actually, I think, an isolated case, as I said, because we have been monitoring actually, and it was actually a surprise actually to me. This incident in these are projects in a particular engineering district, no? Because we have monitoring platforms in the department, and all the projects that are being implemented are monitored actually by a monitoring team namin. And we were actually confident that everything was doing well, except that we found out actually about this engineering district in Bulacan po.
How about yung Oriental Mindoro, Secretary? Pinangalanan kanina ni Congressman Panaligan si Gerald Pacanan, Regional Director po ng Region 4.
Well,
Di ba siya kasali?
This is not actually a case of ghost project. This is actually a project that was damaged by the recent typhoons and floods that occurred in Mindoro po.
Sir, he was
So,
also
we are
named. He was also named by Senator Tulfo. This particular regional director.
Yes, and the investigations also is ongoing po. Kung what caused actually the damage actually.
You know,
And I'm
Secretary, Vice President
po.
Sara Duterte has said, and she has a point, that the President should be looking into his own inner circle. Ano pong sagot niyo doon?
I think so. The President is also looking into his inner circle po.
Like
Yes.
who?
Well, I think for one thing, he asked all after the elections, he asked all the cabinet members to render their courtesy resignations po.
Pero yung sa inyo, hindi po tinanggap.
Yes po.
And Secretary, with all due respect, narinig nyo na po ba yung balita na papalitan daw po kayo ni dating DPWH Secretary Babe Singson? What do you have to say to that, Secretary?
I have not heard about it actually. This is the first time that you told me about it.
You know, he has said, Secretary, that the budget for 2025 was, you know, what he spent for a whole 6 years.
The
Meaning,
budget, yes,
why did it
I
balloon
think
to
so.
that amount?
Well, it's Congress actually that allocated the budget for us actually po. And let me also point out that under this administration there are so many flagship projects, big flagship projects that we are implementing. And that's the reason why there is an increased budget from the time of Secretary Singson to now.
Were you able to
There are
receive?
many flagship projects, though.
Were you able to
Foreign
receive?
assisted projects.
Were you able to receive, Secretary, a flood control master plan from your predecessor, DPWH Secretary Mark Villar?
The only thing that I know that there was a master plan that was undertaken in the previous administrations is for Metro Manila. And I did not, formally receive anything, but I was told that there has been a master plan that was being undertaken for Metro Manila under the World Bank program, and we are implementing the results of the master plan actually, partly in DPWH.
And none for the national.
No, I don't think so. There is no national master plan at all. I know that there are master plans for 18 major river basins in the country that are now being updated. But there is no one single master plan for the entire flood control program for the entire country.
All right, we thank you for your time, DPWH Secretary Manny Bonoan.
And before we go, here is our big picture tonight, our very own Pulitzer Prize-winning editor. It's me, Bok. That's the autobiography of One News defense editor Manny Mogato. Tonight, the award-winning journalist launched the second edition of his book with a new afterword from Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro. It's Me, Bok chronicles Mogato's decades-long career in journalism from his days as a police tabloid reporter until he became an international journalist. Mogato earned a Pulitzer Prize in 2018 along with Claire Baldwin and Andrew Marshall for their Reuters investigative pieces on President Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs. I need a signed copy of that.
Yeah, we need one.
Bok, oo, ayan. Naniningil na tayo.
Maraming bok dito sa
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 One
TV5.
News, that's right.
And Signal, of course.
Okay, and that's it for the big story this midweek. We are One News, all sides, all the time.
We're back here tomorrow at 7:30. See you then. Have a good night.